and they create new information and ideas in digital network or in virtual communities. Now they depend upon the web and mobile based technology to create highly interactive. They are able to communicate with each other. They're able to communicate with each other. They're able to exchange information. They're able to exchange ideas, and also create new content, and also create new content. So this is how network. So that is on the digital platform, in wherein people share content, they exchange information on virtual communities. So they depend upon the web and mobile based technology to create highly interactive platform through which individuals and communities share and co-create, discuss and modify user generated content. So whatever ideas you put in, somebody can add to it, somebody can modify it, and this process goes on. So they are virtual communities on which you exchange information, on which you share ideas, on which you share content, and co-create new content. So social network sites, social media sites have great virality. Now virality is from the word virus, means it has the capability of replicating. Virality is from the word virus, which indicates that it has the capability of multiplying. So it's like a virus which has the capability of replicating itself. So virality is the likelihood that users will share content posted on the social network. So SM sites have great virality. They have virality is the likelihood that users will share content posted on the social media network. Now the most popular sites are Facebook, Google, Twitter, Orkut, popular mainstream social networking sites. They are the popular networking mainstream social networking sites. Professional site is the LinkedIn encyclopedia. So the more mainstream social networking sites, however, this ranking often changes. It often changes. Then LinkedIn is the professional networking site. Wikipedia is the open source site, and SlideShare and Script are the other what we call the document sharing websites. They are the document sharing websites, and most of you, when you have been making some assignment in your graduation, I'm sure you have referred to these sites. Now, coming to uh, what what is it that we use? It is basically the PC, the mobile, and the tablet, which we use to access to engage in social media. And this is PC's use is decreasing while the use of mobile is on an increase. Mobile and tablet is on an increase. Where do we use it most? In office and the bathroom. Even in the office premises, people, because they have free access to the net, they find time to make use of the social networking sites. Who are the people who make use of it? The age group maximum who are using it is the age group of 18 to 24, then 25 to 35, and so on. And the least being used is by people in the 55 to 65. However, it has been found to be very useful for the retired people, because they have, say for instance, children settled in other cities, and they're able to interact with them using these sites. Now, why is it was question studies was taken to question, why is it that you want to interact with people on the networking sites, on the digital media? They say because we know the person in real life and we are not able to reach them, we are not able to visit them. So I have a friend maybe in Sir Syed Nagar or uh, Center Point. I am not able to visit her frequently, so I interact on the networking site. So because you know one in real life, or your mutual friends, or also to keep yourself update. So it's the in thing. So that is why also people make use of it. So what are the items that we use? Equipments. Firstly, it is PC. However, the use of personal computer is reducing, and that of mobile and tablet is increasing. Where office and the bathroom, age group is 18 to 24 years. They are the maximum users. And when you go into the age bracket of 25 to 35, 35 to 45, it is on a decreasing trend. Why is it disruptive? 76% of people say that they have a positive impact on the use of social networking site. 21 say it had a negative impact, and 24 say neutral. They are indifferent. Now, there are so many members of FB. It is said that if Facebook was a country, it would be the third largest country in the world in terms of population. So the number of members who are registered on the number of people who are on the social networking sites are n number. The number of people are huge. So they say if it was a there are so many members who are registered on the FB. So they say that if it was a country, it would have been the third largest country in the world. Wiki has 15 million articles with 1700 articles being added every hour. So you can see how active and how rich source of information they are. Now we must understand, we must admit, and we must accept. We must understand, we must admit, and we must accept that there is a fundamental shift in the way we communicate. No more face-to-face communication. There is a fundamental shift in the way we do business. There's a fundamental shift in the way we live. So we must understand, we must accept, we must acknowledge that there is a fundamental shift in the way we people, interact, in the way people communicate, in the way people do business, or in the way people live. Now let us see the difference between social media and traditional media. Traditional media is like your newspaper. We see it on terms of 6 parameters: permanence, reach, frequency, usability, immediacy, and permanence. Social media, the quality is not very sure. The quality might be good, the quality might be abusive also. So you can use any kind of a language to show your discontent on the social media. In a traditional media, we know the quality. If you're referring to any newspaper, we know the quality of, or we know the content or the quality of content that will come in that particular media. No reach. Then there are multiple points of production and utility. So there are multiple points from which you can produce. But in traditional media, the reach is limited. So if it's a newspaper, it can reach a limited number of people. Frequency. Social media, they're more frequently, people update, people refer to it, people create content. In traditional media, it is little skill. Anybody who knows to access any of the networking sites can put in a blog, can write something. But in traditional media, you need specialized skill and training, because there's a requisite format in which you give your content. Now, immediacy, that is, the moment you post it, it is accessible to all. So it is instantaneous. While in traditional media, there is a time lag. So if it's a newspaper, it will do early morning next day. Permanence, change instantly by communication and editing. So there is no permanence. You put in a blog, edit. But traditional media, it cannot be changed. We compare the two social networks with traditional media. Quality is abusive. You're not very sure in case of social media, while it is assured in case of traditional media. The reach is global, centralized, multiple points of entry and utility in social media. It is limited in traditional media. Frequency is more. You can frequently update, add, create content. In traditional media, it is limited. Usability, it is skill for creating a specialized skill and training for traditional media. Immediacy, instantly it is communicated to members. In traditional media, there's a time lag in communication. Permanent, so it is more permanent. And also communicate friends on FB, but are they really friends? They are just my connection. So they talks about breadth of communication, not depth of communication. And as a result, we end up with stress, anxiety, isolation, and so low self-esteem. Now, impact on society, it is, since it's an easy, quick, and convenient mode of communication, everybody accesses it. But it only tells you about the breadth of communication. They have by when emotional level. So it talks breadth of communication, not depth of communication. And therefore, we often confuse it with authentic communication, and therefore it leads to stress, isolation, and anxiety. And often low self-esteem. Can anybody say why low self-esteem? Other half an hour only and seeing what. Any idea why is it that we have? Yes, nobody, only good things. So we feel that others are having a nice time, gala time, and I'm not so very fortunate. So this is why it leads to so low self-esteem. Now, if FB making us lonely? This is a book by Stephen March. Alone Together is by Sherry Turkle, which talks about that we are together, yet we are alone. So this is a social media addiction. It is a certified medical condition, and 100 cases are reported in UK every year. However, for like I said, the elderly whose children are abroad, they are remote, who cannot interact very well face to face, they can interact on the social media unmonitored, unfiltered, and it opens a world for them. So it is okay for the elderly and the retired people, and it is okay for the shy and the introvert. Now let's see the business function. In marketing and sales, 72% organization use it for marketing and sales. 56 use it for human resource, maybe for recruitment, for training needs. For CSR activities, 33% use it. For customer service, 28% use it. For product development and innovation, 18% of organization use it. For IT, 17%. OCM, 10%, and operations, 9%. If we see in terms of sectors, IT and ITS use 80% of them use social media in their functioning. Telecom 67%, manufacturing 60%, retail 55%, and banking, financial services, and insurance 50%. Whether you are creating a brand, building a brand, running a big brand, you must understand that there is a seismic shift in how people gain access to information, how people communicate, how people collaborate, or reach to a large number of employees. For some, it's a trend, but for many others, it has become a necessity. And 63% of chief information officers use social media for reaching to customers and for reaching to employees. They use social media for reaching to customers and for reaching to employees. Particularly with Generation Z entering the workforce, that is those who are born after 2000, when they are entering the workforce, they are also called millennials or I generation or Gen Tech. They are more prone to use of social media. They want to scale new heights in a day. So the use of social media has also increased. Let us see it on the human resource function. Let us see from the employee perspective. Most use social media like the Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn to create valuable link with potential employer. So we are seeing from the employee, most of the employees, they use the social media like the Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn to create valuable link with potential employers, to join in conversation, to develop knowledge, to develop industry insight, to develop commercial awareness, and to find out about new job opportunities. So most of them are using the social media. Then KPMG study says that 84% of job seekers have FB profile, Facebook profile. 48% have done at least one. They have done at least one job hunting using the um, uh, job hunting in Great Britain in 1 year. 40% of university graduates have used social media for job search. 80% use it for recruitment. Now let us see the employer perspective. Employers say that 80% use it for recruitment purposes, wherein 95% search prospective candidates on the LinkedIn. 84% of global Fortune 100 companies have been used at least one social media platform. 30% of human resource directors in UK recruit using social media. 22% do not recruit, but they check the candidates' online activity. 76% of US company use LinkedIn registered user for recruitment. And many of them have said that your CV is acceptable. So they see their online activity and they have said that your CV is acceptable, but your attitude towards your organization or your attitude towards life is not very positive. So they do not accept you. So they do not employ you. So they see your online activity. So we have to be very careful as to what we post. 13% rejected employees, 13% rejected prospective employees as they lied about the qualification. 11% rejected them because of inappropriate comment. 11% rejected because they put a negative comment about the previous employer. Virgin Atlantic sacked 13 crew members over FB posts because they did not appreciate their FB posts. And therefore, social media is used not only for hiring, it is also used for firing. So we have to be very careful as to what we post on the social media network. Now, from what we post on the social media network. So we have seen the HR perspective from employee perspective and the employer perspective. Now, four major areas where they use it. They use it for internal marketing, for communication and collaboration, for hiring, and also for referrals, walk-ins, but the cost pressure of recruitment to reduce on the recruitment cost because of data security and piracy issues. Priority. Organizational maturity means, is your organization for recruitment? Do you have a team to manage and monitor employee interest and also electronic access? Now, social networking, we see it on the marketing perspective. We use it for increased brand recognition. There are marketing activities. We use it for promotional activity, but we will see it on how we are using it for branding. So we'll take one aspect that is of brand and see in the marketing sector, it is used for advertisement, for promotion, marketing sales. Use it for branding. How is it used for branding? We will take one sector, one particular activity that is of branding. And we will see it from 8 aspects. It is used for increased brand recognition. It is used for improving brand loyalty. It is used for more opportunity rate. Then we use it for high brand authority, decreased because it decreases the marketing cost. It has a richer customer loyalty. It leads to improved brand loyalty. It leads to more opportunity to connect, higher conversion rate, higher brand authority, decreased marketing cost, richer customer experience, and improved customer insight. Now let us see it for increased brand recognition. Social media networks are new channels for your brand's voice and content. They are more accessible to new customers. So you're accessible to new customers when you're there on the social network. You're recognizable for existing customers. So existing customers says, oh, they are also here. So you have a presence here as well. A Twitter user could hear of your product for the first time, but a Twitter user could see your presence in multiple networks. So he'll say, oh, you are here as well, you're here as well. So it is used for increased brand recognition. It is used for improved brand loyalty. Brands who engage in social media enjoy high loyalty from its customers. 53% of Americans who follow their brands on social media network, they follow where all their brands are. They're more loyal to their brands. You become more loyal to your customer if you're found everywhere. So you are, you are found everywhere. So your popularity increases. So it is used for improved brand loyalty. More opportunity to connect. Every post on the social media is an opportunity to convert. Every post is a possibility of a reaction to occur. It's a reaction to occur. It's a reaction which lead to a site visit. So you were there. So you create a curiosity among the customer. So there is a reaction which will occur, positive or negative. So the reaction leads to a site visit. The reaction could lead to a site visit. So you would visit the site to investigate. Site visit could lead to conversion. So there is more opportunity to connect. There is higher conversion rate. Brands become more humanized. It's just like individuals are communicating on the network. Brands are communicating and collaborating with customers on the network. So brands become more humanized by interacting on the social media channel. Also, social medias improve trust and credibility in your brand. There's a social proof. Social proof means that what you post, you will not post something wrong. So that is actually true content. Now, higher brand authority. Interacting with customers is a show of good faith for your customer. It is based on different promotions posted on various social media channels. Then it leads to decreased marketing cost. 84% of marketers found as little as 6 hours of effort per week. So they just need to put in 6 hours per week, or it's something like 1 hour per day to generate enough traffic. So 84% of marketers found that we need as little effort as 6 hours of effort per week to generate increased traffic. Therefore, it is spending 1 hour per day to develop content that is enough to give you results. Now, so you see, there's decreased marketing cost, richer customer experience. Every interaction on social media is an opportunity to demonstrate your service level, how good you are, to demonstrate your customer service level, and also enrich your relationship with your customer. So it's a richer customer experience. So if your customer complains about your product on Twitter, you address that comment and apologize publicly. So it's a public apology that you're giving. If your customer compliments you, you thank them and recommend additional products. So if your customer complains about your product on Twitter, you can address the comment and apologize publicly. So you're publicly apologizing. If your customer compliments you, you can thank him and recommend additional products. Interaction on the social media network is a personal interaction to let the customers know basically that you care. Now it leads to customer insights, opportunity to gain valuable information about so if your customer compliments you, thank them publicly. So every interaction with your customer tells that you care. Improved customer insight, opportunity to gain valuable information about what your customers are interested in and how they behave. So you follow them on the networking site, and you will find what is it that they are interested in, what your customers are interested in, and how they behave. We call it social listening. We do it via social listening. You can monitor your comment to see what people think of your business directly. You can segment your content syndication lists based on topic and see which type of content generates most interest among the customers, and then produce more and more of that type of content. If you measure conversation based on different promotions posted on various social media, impact on branding, it leads to improved brand recognition, it leads to improved brand loyalty, it gives you more opportunity to connect, it leads to more higher conversion rate, because if you post something, there is a reaction to occur. There is a curiosity, and they will visit your site to know more. And therefore, there's an opportunity to convert. There is higher conversion rate, higher brand authority. There is decreased marketing costs. It's like spending 1 hour per day only to create content, but it will give you valuable results. There is richer customer experience, and also you get improved customer insight. So we have seen what is social network. We have seen its impact on the society, which is positive as well as negative. It is positive for people who are introverts, positive for elderly who are lonely, who are isolated, whose children are abroad. But it is negative for many, and therefore we should be very careful as to what we post on the social media, because recruiters are also seeing, they're monitoring what is it that they are interested in, what your customers are interested in, and how they behave. So they are following what is it that we post. So they are following our content. Okay. Then marketing, we have seen it can be in promotional and advertising, sales content, but we have seen its impact on branding. So with that, we are over with social media. Any query any student has before I call it a day?
No, ma'am.